So can you talk a little bit about the transition of Cole? I mean, he starts off, he's very singular in his mission and going back, but every character on the show there's a transition from black and white to gray area, and you see this transition. Can you just talk a little bit about how that goes for you?
I'd say Cole comes from an extreme gray area where he doesn't have this standard morality that we recognize from our time period. He comes from a place that's very, very different. It's he's seen things that none of us can possibly imagine, and violence and mayhem and suffering have been a day-to-day part of his existence for almost his entire life. So he doesn't see things the same way that we see them. And at the beginning of the show, he's perfectly willing to do whatever it takes, kill whoever he needs to kill, hurt whoever he needs to hurt, to stop the world from being the way that he remembers it, and to stop himself from being the way he remembers himself. And then over time, as he experiences our time and the beauty of it that most of us take for granted, and the relationship he forges with Cassandra, it just changes him. And he regains his humanity to a certain degree. And so that's where we start season 2. Is that he has become human again, and he's developed a morality, and he's no longer willing to do the things he was.
But also spending time in his past, our present, and he sees what was lost. Will that also drive him even harder to the goal of stopping the virus?
Absolutely, I think. Experiencing, as I said, the things we take for granted, the music, the food, the clean air, the clean water, people who live in such a way that they're not constantly trying to murder each other over cans of soup. It depends on what part of the world they live in, I guess. But yeah, I think all that will inform the mission and his motivation.
How much fun is working on this film? Because one thing I'm getting from doing all of the press we've done with everybody here, we seem to have a lot of fun. Like everybody seems to be doing a lot of joking, a lot of laughing. Like, what is that like to be on set with everybody?
Well, we love it. It's everybody who's involved in the project was a fan of the film, is a fan of science fiction in general. So to get an opportunity to be a part of the kind of storytelling that you have always really responded to and been a fan of, it's just a huge treat. So, and to work with to have a group of people like this where everyone is of like mind, it's a great little feeling of community, and there's a really nice support system, and we have a lot of fun.
12 Monkeys treats time travel in a much more intricate way than most television shows do, less simplistic. Do you find it sometimes hard to follow along when you're reading the scripts, to keep it in your head what's really going on with all the jumping?
Yeah, it's very hard to follow, especially because they don't yet want you to have a complete picture of what all this really is, what time travel really is, what the mission actually is, who are the 12 monkeys, it's questions. So with all those plates spinning in the air, it gets confusing. But as I said, everyone's passionate about the project, so you pay attention, you keep notes, and we have constant discussion about it. What does this mean? The writers, Terry and Travis, are on set most of the time, and we can ask them, what's the reason for this? Why did you make this choice? Why is this happening right now? And so all that helps.